The Torah in this week's portion of Vayigash describes the emotional scene, the reuniting of father and son, Jacob and Joseph, after 22 years of tearful separation. The Torah describes how, upon seeing each other, Joseph embraces his father. But the great commentary Rashi asks, looking at the verses of the Torah, you don't see that Jacob embraced his son Joseph at that time. And Rashi explains that Joseph was saying Shema at that time, at that glorious moment. The commentaries explain that Jacob wished to show his gratitude, his dedication to God at this magnificent moment. But how did Jacob, who mourned for his son for 22 years, how did he retain the composure not to embrace his son at that moment and say Shema? The great Torah teacher, Rabbi Volby, explains that our father Jacob exemplified the character trait of menuchas hanefesh. Menucha means peace, tranquility of the soul, tranquility of inner spirit. And this is actually in the famous book Cheshbon HaNefesh, which was disseminated by the great teacher Rabbi Yisrael Salanter. The first ingredient, the first on the list of many character traits in service of God, is that a person should develop this character trait of inner tranquility. And we are in a world where this is so lacking and so missing. In the world of the instant media, in the world of everything, our whole lives are on our cell phones constantly and emails, and we're just totally bombarded, and we have really no time for inner tranquility. Rabbi Volby also describes that in today's world, and there's so many of us that are just not so happy with ourselves, and we question ourselves and question our own value, and that certainly detracts from menuchas hanefesh, inner tranquility. Let's take that word, menuchas hanefesh. Menuchas hanefesh means peace of the soul. What our sages teach us is that the soul is the light of Hashem within us. Our soul radiates and guides us how to act. It guides us to do the right things. But when we are lacking peace of the soul, that is menuchas hanefesh, then that light in our soul cannot radiate, and we cannot function with the magnificent potential that all of us has. So look, we're human. We're not our father Jacob, but this is a character trait that is so key in our lives, in our service of God, in our living life to the fullest, to be able to learn to maintain menuchas hanefesh, tranquility of our soul, tranquility of the spirit. And the more we do, the more the light of our soul will shine and radiate and guide us to do that which is right. Have a magnificent Shabbos.